Multiple Intelligence Theory by Sarah Boyer, American College of Education. Multiple intelligence learning theory proposes an expanded view of human intelligence. This expanded view leads to a different approach to teaching and learning. In order to understand this theory and its application to education, this presentation will examine the primary theorist, a brief history of the theory, and key elements of the theory. The presentation will also explain how the alternate approach to teaching and learning suggested by this theory can lead to new strategies for both traditional and virtual learning. Howard Gardner was an American developmental psychologist and research professor of cognition and education at the Harvard Graduate School of Education. At Harvard, he worked with other well-known psychologists such as Erik Erikson and Jerome Bruner to develop a master's degree program in mind, brain, and education. Launched in the year 2000, this program, the first of its kind, was soon imitated around the globe. Gardner is widely recognized for creating the theory of multiple intelligences, which he outlined in his 1993 book, Frames of Mind: The Theory of Multiple Intelligences. Howard Gardner believed that cognitive and developmental psychology was operating under a flawed view of human intelligence. The prevailing view of conceptualized intelligence as a singular, innate, largely unchangeable, but measurable quality of the mind that was capable of predicting success across the entire range of human achievement and endeavor. The measurement of this quality of mind is known as intelligence quotient, or IQ. Gardner argued that this view was too narrow to adequately explain the various talents and mental capabilities of human beings. Most educators have encountered students who struggled in one or more academic subjects but could play music by ear or were phenomenal artists. Do these talents not require mental ability? Gardner argued that IQ tests measured mainly two forms of intelligence, verbal and mathematical. He suggested that there are 8 forms of intelligence that exist in every human being to varying degrees. The 8 forms of intelligence are, first, verbal linguistic, or word smarts, the ability to process information and produce work that involves oral and written language. Logical mathematical, number and reasoning smarts, is the ability to process numerical information, make calculations, and solve abstract problems. Visual spatial, or picture smart, the ability to process and create graphic information such as flowcharts, mind maps, or drawings. Bodily kinesthetic, which is body smart, the ability to use one's own body to create products, express knowledge, and solve problems. Musical smarts, the ability to produce and create meaning from different types of patterns of sound. Interpersonal, which is people smart, the ability to recognize and process information about other people's moods, motivations, purpose, etc. Intrapersonal, or self-smarts, which is the ability to recognize and assess in oneself the same characteristics that interpersonal intelligence recognizes in other people. And finally, naturalistic intelligence, or nature smart, the ability to process information about the natural world. Howard Gardner believed that strengths in certain areas of intelligence could be used to address weaknesses in other areas. Teachers who recognize and praise multiple areas of intelligence increase both self-esteem and mental confidence. In addition, students can be coached on how to use their areas of strength to improve in other areas. This, in turn, increases student engagement and ownership. The biggest roadblock in engaging students is failure to start, or writer's block. Using multiple intelligences to get ideas flowing has good results. Mind maps, storyboards, or other graphic organizers appeal to spatial learners. Chat rooms appeal to those students with high interpersonal intelligence who like to bounce ideas off peers. Music and movement represent other areas of intelligence that can jumpstart the flow of ideas. Allowing students to use different forms of intelligence to generate ideas for writing decreases frustration and increases engagement. Best practices in using multiple intelligence learning theory in teaching revolve around two main concepts: alternative access to content acquisition and alternative methods of knowledge demonstration. Content does not have to be acquired by reading and listening to the teacher talk. Videos, songs, movement, dedicated chat rooms, and image analysis are all ways that can aid in content acquisition by engaging other forms of intelligence. There are also other ways of demonstrating knowledge besides passing a test or writing an essay. For example, a video or oral presentation, a series of drawings, or a rap song about explorers. Utilizing multiple intelligences in content acquisition and knowledge demonstration also provides variety and energizes students. Lack of access to technology and online tools can make incorporating multiple intelligence learning theory into the traditional classroom challenging. Building a content playlist is less difficult in a virtual learning environment. However, it is often possible to create a classroom version of an online tool such as a dedicated chat room or blog. Providing alternative methods for knowledge demonstration can conflict with common assessments, but they can be used to provide a variety to formative assessment. Alternative knowledge demonstrations often make the teacher aware that students have incorporating multiple intelligence learning theory fits well in the virtual learning environment. Access to online tools makes it much easier to create content playlists that appeal to multiple intelligences and from which students can choose. Video tools, chat rooms, blogs, and a host of other online platforms make it easy to provide alternative ways to demonstrate knowledge. This variety allows for student choice and increases student ownership of their learning. Multiple intelligence learning theory created by Howard Gardner presents an expanded view of human intelligence. Gardner believed that the traditional view of intelligence, known as IQ, was too narrow to explain the entire range of human achievement and endeavor, and that this view focused on just a few areas of mental capacity while ignoring others. Gardner proposed that the human mind possesses 8 forms of intelligence present in all people in varying degrees. Most importantly for teaching and learning, Gardner believed that strengths in certain areas of intelligence could be used to address weaknesses in others. Recognizing and praising all forms of intelligence builds self-esteem and learning confidence. Incorporating multiple intelligence theory into teaching and learning adds a variety to teaching strategies and activities. It can be used in both traditional and virtual classrooms, but fits extremely well into the virtual learning environment. Thank you for listening to this presentation.